It was time to show love to the woman who has always been by my side, the girl inside me who was longing to be loved. I showed up for her. When we all show ourselves self-love, we exude our own self-confidence. If you are here for self-growth, personal development, and a positive mindset, hit the subscribe button to stay tuned on my upcoming weekly videos. I love having you here, my swan sister. This is my story on how I finally learned to love myself. It was a journey. Around this time last year, I went against every fear inside my mind, heart, and body to fight off that negative little voice. And I decided to take myself out on my very first self-love date. Since I love to wear fashionable clothes, dress up, and eat delicious food, I thought, why not take myself out on a solo self-love date? Dress up for myself and treat myself to a delicious meal. I am worth it. I was so scared of people seeing me eat alone. I've never gone to a restaurant and ate all by myself before. If I have ever ate out by myself, it was because it was a small, short lunch break and I didn't have any choice but to eat there. Or I would just normally take the food to go and bring it home to eat it because I was craving the meal and I didn't want to eat it by myself at the restaurant. But this time it was different. Every fiber in my being told me I couldn't back out and that I needed to commit myself to my first self-love date. So in order for me to commit, I needed to show myself accountability. How was I going to show accountability and follow through on this scary commitment? I decided to call the restaurant to make a reservation. When the other person on the line asked me, how many people are in your party? I replied, me. I'm taking myself on my first self-love date and I would like to request a really nice view. I asked about parking and the only option for this beautiful restaurant was valet parking. Let me tell you, my swan sister, the minimalist inside of me whispered, no, don't spend money on parking. But the other side of me said, Roxy, you should take yourself out to this beautiful restaurant and enjoy this experience. I will happily pay for your valet parking. It took me a few brief seconds to reply back, that's not a problem. Thank you for letting me know. Never in my life have I ever thought of going out to eat alone, all dressed up, without meeting up with anyone. And paying for valet parking just to take myself on my first solo self-love date, that would have not happened in the past. But I knew that this time I needed to make a change because it was a mental shift inside of my own heart, mind, and soul that I wanted to show and prove to the woman living inside of me that I loved her, that I still love her, and that I will always love her. I booked the reservation a week in advance to work my courage up so that I could follow through on this. The day came and I was so nervous when I was getting ready and I looked in the mirror to say that I am enough and that I'm worthy of going on my first self-love date, to show up for myself and that I am beautiful. I deserve this. I needed to do this for myself. And it was a way of saying publicly, Roxy, I love you and I'm going to be there for you. It was scary at first. I thought to myself, what would people do if they saw me all alone? What would happen if I run into people I know? I hope I don't run into anyone that I know. I thought all of these thoughts in my mind. I wanted a peaceful, nice, self-love date and not worry about what others thought, especially what is she doing here all by herself. But all of those things didn't matter. I just went ahead and did it anyway because I knew that this was proving to me that I am capable of self-love. I am capable of showing myself that I am enough. I am capable of feeling and looking and just immersing myself in a wonderful experience without having anyone by my side but just me, and that I am worth all of this, that I needed to do this for myself because I knew that I love myself more than any man or woman in my life, whether it be the significant other or potential significant other or a friend could ever do for me. So during my self-love dinner, I wrote myself a beautiful love note promising that from now on I will love myself for better or for worse, and that I'm going to be there for myself when I need me the most. I wrote a sweet journal entry documenting my time during the self-love date and writing down my experience, goals, and dreams. It felt really fulfilling. I was so much at peace that I tuned out everyone around me as if it was just me, my journal, my self-love card, and the dinner that I had all to myself. I was so focused on the atmosphere and view around me that nothing else mattered, not the people dining in the restaurant, and I didn't care if anyone was staring in my direction. Doing things for yourself in a loving way shows how important you truly are. So often we think that we need others to take us out to a nice, fancy place so we can get dressed up and feel pretty. But it's you who needs to do that for the beautiful girl living inside you, as you are the woman she admires. We often forget how far we've grown into becoming the woman we are today. And when we remind ourselves that by doing the little things in life that make such a big impact in showing self-love, it makes us feel important, loved, and valued by the one who truly has been around all our lives. The person you wake up to seeing in the morning each day, and the same person who lays down at night. My swan sister, if you want to work yourself up to taking yourself to a beautiful restaurant and having an immersive, beautiful love experience, don't be shy to be around other people. You can start by taking yourself to the park or going to the movie theater or just going sightseeing. I go to the park by myself so often that it wouldn't have had the same impact on me as taking myself to a beautiful restaurant and getting dressed up to indulge in a delicious meal. But if you're an introvert just like I am, work your way up to treat yourself and treat yourself the way that you deserve to be treated. You are meant to be loved by the one person who is always with you, and that's the girl living inside of you. Take her out, treat her nicely, and say positive, kind things to her because she's always attentively listening. Love yourself first. Loving yourself first in your current stage of life, of being single, is so important. This is only for a season that you'll be single, but loving yourself in every stage of life, when you are single especially, and when you get into a relationship, and even after, those are all important stages where you will always be the person who needs to love yourself the most. You are already enough. I know that you are enough because the one who created you knows that he created you without any mistakes, and he loves you just the way you are. Let me know in the comments how you decide to take yourself out on your first self-love date. And please, if you do go on your first self-love date, let me know how it goes. If you haven't already subscribed to Chicken Lively, let's become a stronger community of Swan Sisters by coming together. So hit the subscribe button since you're already here and you watched till the end, because there's more coming. I love you so much and I know that you got this. Have a beautiful day and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye, my Swan Sister.